Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today we're going to be playing through a game called In the Footsteps of Darwin.
This game is designed by Grégory, Grard and Matthieu, Verdier, and is published by Sorry We're French. In this game, we are going to be junior naturalists helping Charles Darwin on his journey around the world, trying to discover and figure out his theory of evolution. We're going to be on the HMS Beagle trying to select tiles to score the most amount of points.
That's right. This is primarily a tile drafting game, and so today we're going to be starting with a quick teach of the game and then go straight into our two-player playthrough and end with a review. If you'd like to jump around, we've included timestamps in the description below.
Now, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And otherwise, we are ready to begin. So if you'd please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for our two-player game of In the Footsteps of Darwin. Welcome to our part of the world, I guess.
Yeah, the area.
We each have our own journals because, of course, like Naveen was mentioning, we are helping Charles Darwin complete his book, which is, of course, on the origin of species. And so over the course of the game, we're going to be drafting animal tiles as well as characters and placing them in the appropriate spaces of our journals. So if you look closely at the journals, they are sort of separated by types of animals on the upper left-hand corner, as well as different parts of the world. So the different colors represent the different areas of the world, such as the Americas, Africas, etc. Now, over the course of the game, we're not actually going to be filling our journals because we're only going to be playing until each player has taken 12 tiles.
Sure.
And so the way that it works is on your turn, you have to first take one of the tiles that are in front of the HMS Beagle. And if you're not really familiar with the history of Charles Darwin, this is the ship, the boat.
That's how we got around.
That is how I got around, the HMS Beagle.
Allegedly.
And so the Beagle always starts here, and there will always be 3 tiles in front of it. If it were my turn, and say I wanted to take this tile over here, which is the blue peafowl, I would have to place this tile here because it has a bird symbol at the top left-hand corner, and it is red. So you basically just essentially match where it belongs.
Asia.
Yes. In addition, at the bottom right-hand corner of each tile is a certain benefit that you'll either get immediately, depending on what it is, or at the end of the game. So, for example, our blue peafowl over here gets me a compass. And so whenever you see that symbol, you would take a compass from the board and you would place it on the compass spaces that are at the bottom of your board. And so as you can see, you can only have a maximum of 5 compasses. That never stops you from taking a tile, though. If in the case that you had maxed out, then you would take the tile and just not take a compass,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yep.
And then after placing your tile, you always end your turn by moving the beagle. And the number of spaces that you move it is equal to however far away the tile was from the beagle. So in this case, it was 3 spaces away, so it would move forward 1, 2, 3 spaces. And then you would refill with a new tile. And then the game would pass to the next player.
Yep. Real simple.
Real simple. And we essentially do this until each player has taken 12 tiles. Now, let's talk about the bonuses. So any tiles that you take that have a number at the bottom right-hand corner will just score you that number of points at the end of the game if it's still visible.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that in a second. I already talked about the compasses. The other thing that you'll see are these, I forgot what they're called.
To me, they look like suitcases, but I think they're like charting maps.
I think they're maps.
Yeah.
I think they might be maps.
They are.
And so for each of these that you have visible on your board at the end of the game, you're going to score 1 point per compass that you have. So that is why these 2 symbols sort of work together, because these compasses will get you more points for these specific tiles.
It's a multiplier.
It is a multiplier, but that also means that this tile is not going to score you anything at the end of the game, because it's already given you a compass.
Yep.
And the last type of bonus that you'll see are these guides. So each player starts with 1 guide already, and you can have maximum 2 of them. But every time you take a tile that has that symbol, you get to take another one. But again, only up to a maximum of 2. I believe each of the characters, and there are only 5 characters in the entire stack of tiles, and we're only playing with a certain number of them because it's a 2-player game.
Yep.
So I don't know how many of these we'll see over the course of the game, but these will always get you a guide and something else. Characters always go on the left-hand side of your board here, and that's pretty much all they do. Now, each player also starts with one of these, which I also forgot what these are called. They're theories. that makes sense.
Makes sense.
And this gives you your own sort of asymmetric scoring criteria for the end of the game. So for example, mine is going to give me 1 point for each theory that I have. So this is already scoring me a point.
Right.
Sorry, Naveen.
I know.
Naveen, you will get 1 point for each
Americas.
the Americas tiles that you have.
So this could max at 4 total. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I get 4 points.
Yes, and as you can see, we have space for more of them. And there are also more of them on the board here. In order for you to get more of these theories, you have to cover up a pre-existing tile. And so what that means is on your turn, when you take a tile from the board, instead of placing it on a new spot, because you probably can't, right? I already have a red bird, and each type of tile only has one spot on your board. You would cover up the pre-existing tile. Now, when you do that, you don't have to give back anything that you gained from that original tile. This gave me a compass. I don't have to turn it back in. But now this new tile is going to get me whatever the bonus is, and it's going to be the new face-up tile for scoring purposes.
Yes.
So that's a good way to kind of get more bang for your buck on tiles that have already given you their benefit, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And of course, after you cover up a tile, you get to choose one of the face-up ones, or you could even just top deck from one of the two stacks there.
Exactly.
So that is theories. The last thing are publications, which are these. Anytime you complete a row or a column in your journal, then you get one of these publications, and they're just basically 5 points. They all have different images on them, but I don't think the images do anything besides...
It's just for variety of looks.
Yeah.
It's just 5 points.
It's for flavor. And the last couple of things are we actually have another symbol, which I forgot to mention, which is at the bottom left-hand corner of the tile. It's a crown symbol. Anytime you take a tile with a crown symbol, you take the Charles Darwin token. And basically all this does is at the end of the game, whoever has this gets 2 points. It's just going to be going back and forth depending on who takes that crown. And I guess the 2 points can be the difference.
It's a 4-point swing in a two-player game, yeah.
That's true. And the very last thing are these guides. So guides help you kind of mitigate the beagle or the tiles that are available to you. On your turn, before selecting a tile, you can spend a guide token to either move the beagle 1 space forward or 1 space backwards. So it gives you a different selection of tiles. Optionally or alternatively, if you don't want to do that, you could spend the guide token to just wipe the entire selection and redraw from one of the decks or both of the decks, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, so these don't get put out of the game. They'll come back in the game at a different time. It's just...
they get placed to the bottom
to the bottom of the stack, yeah.
Yeah. And that's essentially it. As soon as each player has taken 12 tiles, then the game ends and you go into endgame scoring. You're going to score points for all of the tiles that are showing that have victory points at the bottom right-hand corner. You also score points for your publications, all of your theory tiles, and then whoever has the 2-point Charles Darwin token.
Also, we get that multiplier on the compasses with those charts as well.
You score all of your compass, your charts. And at that point, whoever has the most points wins. So I think we are pretty much all cleaned up. Are you ready to just get started?
Sure.
Okay. Let's just see who's going to go first. Rochambeau?
Right. Yep.
Go.
You can go
Okay,
first,
it's me.
Monique.
I was trying to think, what is he going to use this time?
Monique gets the Charles Darwin.
That's
to start,
right.
So it's in my best interest to take it away at the very last second.
That's true. And it's also in my best interest to try to get more of these.
Yep.
So here we go. Are you ready to begin?
Let's do it.
All right, first turn. Since I'm already cheating because I forgot to put back this compass, I'm just going to start by taking the blue peafowl.
The peafowl.
Yeah, the blue peafowl.
Okay.
So there we go. I've already taken my compass. And now I'm going to move the beagle 1, 2, 3 spaces and refill the tile. So it is now to you, Naveen.
Okay, well, it behooves me.
Yeah?
Behooves me to have America's animals. So
That's right.
I'm going to go ahead and take it. So it's going to be this one right here. I'm going to put that in its designated spot. Now I have a multiplier times whatever compasses I will acquire.
0.
Yeah, 0 as of now, yes.
Okay.
And then we're going to move it just 1, 2. So turns can be pretty quick, pretty fast.
It is very
flip
fast.
that over.
Very fast.
Another chap.
Ah, this is Robert McCormick and John Henslow, by the way, for any historians out there. All right. So back to me. It's interesting because I can take this and overbuild and get another guide, but that's also going to be 2 of my 12.
Yeah.
You're only going to have 12 total, so you really have to figure out what's important to you.
Overbuilding does give you an extra theory, which your theory says have more theories, though.
That is true. I think I'm going to spend my guide token now. I'm going to solicit the use or the help of my guide.
Wow.
And I'm going to move the beagle backwards by 1.
Okay.
So I can take the Indian cobra. So
My
because
kind.
I have this tile here, it's in my best interest to either take a bird or a red because I really want those publications, right?
Yeah, this is nice.
So I'm going to go ahead and take that. It
you
has
took the crown out of
the
there.
crown, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to get 2 points at the end of the game.
Sure.
So that's 3 spaces away. 1, 2, 3. And here you go, Naveen. A great white pelican.
You know, that looks good.
Yeah?
I want this person right here, but I think I'm going to go with the pelican.
Yeah?
What's the benefit at the bottom?
3
3
points.
points?
That's a lot.
I think I'll take it.
I think 3 points is the max that you'll see.
4 on this gentleman right
Robert
there.
McCormick is the...
So I'm going to take the Pelican. I'm going to put that there. So that's going to give me 3 points in the game. I'm halfway to getting myself a publication.
That's right.
And I'm 2 points towards this right here.
Very good.
So we're going to just move it one
beagle.
space and then fill it in. There we are.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, on the animal tiles, you'll only see up to 3 points. Robert McCormick is the only one who does 4. So, hey, I see
An opportunity.
an opportunity. I'm going to take this
Panda.
giant panda and place it there. So I'm almost completed in terms of my...
I always have to hope a
column.
bug doesn't show up.
You what?
We just have to hope that bug doesn't show up.
What bug?
Your red bug from Asia.
Oh.
Because it could just straight up not be in these piles.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I don't have any more guides.
No.
Yeah, during setup, you only choose 12 tiles per player from the entire stack, plus 9. And the
Plus
9
9.
plus are the starting tiles. So you really don't know what's going to be in the supply
In the
that
cards.
you chose. So.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I really like Robert McCormick's 4 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that. So we're going to place this here. It's 4 points plus I get an additional guide.
That's
I'll
true.
take a guide. And these are all, they're just different depictions of people. So
Yes.
there's no asymmetry in them.
Right.
Okay, that's that. So we're going to move it 1, 2, and then I will fill in for you.
All
There you
right.
go.
So back to me. That's a really good point, what you were mentioning, because I thought the characters were not that useful.
I mean, there it is right there.
Until you kind of pointed out the fact that maybe this tile isn't even in the stack. Let's do it, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna inspire help, I think it's called. There's an actual term for taking animal tiles versus the people tiles.
Okay.
Taking inspiration from John Henslow.
So you definitely get a guide. I'll give you one.
Thank
And
you.
I think you get a compass.
I get a compass.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
So those compasses right now
2.
inherently aren't scoring you anything. It's in your best interest to now try to get one
Yeah.
of these kind of symbols.
Right.
All right. Well, I know I need to try to fill this up right here. I see an opportunity to go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to take this this reptile looking one from the Americas, and it's going to be worth 3 points at the end of the game.
Gold tegu?
Gold tegu. Yeah.
Gold tegu. Cool.
I don't know too much about these different species, but
What?
there you go.
How did you get chosen to be a junior naturalist,
Not
Naveen?
me. Not me.
You must have lied on your application. We were just talking about these symbols.
Yeah, there
I'm
you
in the
go.
market now. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to take this tile because I already have the red version of
Yeah,
it.
that's pretty good.
So the armadillo girdled lizard. And this moves 1, 2, and back to you. So now this is worth 2 points.
Not really a big fan of what I'm seeing out here. I could take this one right here, which gets me the crown. But there's a couple different crowns out there already. All right, I will take it.
The Komodo dragon.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Komodo dragon. So it's just going to be worth 1 point at the end of the game. But I get the crown here. So I take Charles Darwin into my company. There you go.
Ah.
So we're going to move 1, 2, and then now it's
Refill.
back to you.
Komodo dragons, by the way,
Well,
are
there you go, money.
horrifying. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I hear they feed on capybaras, and when I heard that was a nightmare day.
There's like a James Bond movie where the Komodo dragon comes in a couple times, I think. Yeah.
Someone's gonna tell us that they're actually very friendly, and I don't
Yeah.
know. Let me know if that's true.
Probably not.
All right, so back to me, and look what we have here.
I know.
We have the most beautiful
Trying to
tile,
distract you with this Komodo dragon
the
talk.
one red insect, the globe skimmer.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't actually know if that's the only one, but there you go. That gets me 2 points. I've also completed a column, so I get a publication.
That's good. 5 points.
And that moves forward by 1. And there you go. All right, back to you.
You know what? I see an opportunity to get myself taken care of here with this complete. So I'm going to take this one right here.
Yeah.
This is a 17-year locust.
Wow.
All right. So
That
that's
its
going to come on in. I guess so. Yeah. Wow. So that's going to go in there. I've completed. I now have myself its own publication.
That's right.
And then we are going to move it 1, 2, 3,
And refill.
and then refill back to you. Look at that. We have another
person. Conrad Martins.
Martins.
By the way, we are halfway through the game because
Fast.
we each have 6 tiles, right?
You're going to get 12 max, so that's
All right.
pretty much it.
I think I'm going to spend my guide token.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to spend it I think it's called probing.
You're wiping?
Where you wipe, yeah. I'm going to wipe the entire row here, and you place it at the bottom of a deck of your choice.
Sure.
And then you just take 3 more tiles. I'm just going to take them all from here.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to know
What do you know?
what was in my stack.
There you go.
Here we go.
Anything good?
What was I even looking for?
Don't know.
Let's see. I can cover this
Hey, there you go.
for and lose 2 points.
Lose 2 points, yeah.
There you go. Actually, I could take the yellow bird. The lovebird. Oh, lovebird. I think we had one of these when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a macaw?
Huh? No.
They all look the same.
Now I don't know. I was I was really young.
Fair.
So I'm going to place this tile here,
Okay.
which is great because I already have another yellow tile. And it's going to give me 2 points at the end of the game.
Right.
So there's that. So I'm going to move this forward by
2.
1, 2.
Yep.
And then refill it. Oh, it's like I forgot how to play there.
Yeah.
Halfway through the game. Back to you.
All right. Well, I think I like the tile that was just exposed there. I'm going to take this because I have 2 on the multiplier, but I have no compasses, so I might as well take one. So
yeah, you better get
let's
on
go
that.
ahead and get this. And plus it gets me closer to maybe potentially making an entire row.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's going to be there. It's only 1 away, so it's going to move 1. And let's go ahead and refill. There we go.
All right. You almost forgot your compass, silly.
Yes.
The whole reason. Whole reason why.
Thanks for helping.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, is it time I can overbuild this and get a guide?
Yeah.
Or I can just help continue to fill my yellow column. So this is an okapi. Okapi? Okapi. I never really knew how to pronounce that name, but there's that. So 1, 2, 3.
Got zebra legs.
Yeah, I'm going to take it from your stack because I know what's at the bottom of this one.
Wow.
All right, back to you.
All right. Well, you can't take the guides with you to the end. They don't get you any points.
Right.
So might as well use them. So I'm going to use this guide to help me just wind it back just a tad bit. We're going to go back 1 space.
Okay.
And I will take this one.
Ah.
This is a crocodile, nil crocodile. Has a
okay.
crown, takes it out of circulation so I can hang on to the old Mr. Darwin. Gets me 1 point, but it's also the African one that I needed right there. So it's a complete row. So
wow, all reptiles.
And it seems fitting to put this one in there with a reptile on it.
Very good.
There we go. So now I have 2 of those.
All reptiles all the time.
Yes. So 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and move that there. And then, you know what? I'm going to take from your stack.
Okay.
There you go.
So this is
It's
my
a wombat.
column to choose. A wombat! Oh my goodness. They're so cute. Okay. So this is my column to choose from. So I'm just going to take this one. The Andean condor.
Condor?
You can place it right
So
there.
you're 1 away?
It has one of those maps. Yeah, I am 1 away in 2 different areas here. Is that what you meant?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Let's see.
Interesting.
There we go. So, I mean, I don't have that much time, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 3 tiles
You started
left.
the game? You were first player, right?
I was.
3, 6,
so
9.
you should have 8.
You know, I know you're going to need this one / want this one, and I think I want to hate draft it.
The termite?
Yeah, the termite. So I'm going to spend a guide to go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take this one, and then it's worth 3 points. Takes it out of circulation for you, and I'll just plop it right in there.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out.
So it's going to be,
it's going to be what?
1. Yep.
Okay.
And back at it. And then let's go ahead and put this one out there.
All right. So I can only take 3 more tiles.
Okay.
If I can complete these, that would be great because it gets me an extra 5 points. If not, then I may want to consider just overbuilding if I have that option or getting another compass. Because there are all these theories here. And every time I got one of these tiles, I'm only really getting 2 points. So
You can overbuild on the red bird.
the red bird.
Yeah, right here.
I was also thinking about this one. It gets me a compass. I think doing either would technically net me the same.
Okay.
Because this would give me an extra multiplier on 4 tiles.
Okay.
And this overbuilding, which I think I'm going to take this one.
Okay.
The Eastern Imperial Eagle. So I'm going to overbuild on my blue peafowl, the first tile that I took.
First one, yeah.
And it's going to get me a guide,
Which is good for later.
which is good. But I also get to now take a theory. And this is going to get me 1 point for every theory that I have. So I really should have been taking more of these. And so just the ones that we have face up here, this one, chapter 11. Oh, these are, oh, that's interesting. It's very cute the way that they visually design these. I didn't notice that. But this gets me 1 point for each tile that's here, whereas this one is over here. And so neither of those are very lucrative. But this theory gives me 1 point for every Africa tile.
Right.
So I already have 3 points.
So it's a 4-point turn. 3
It's a
points for
4-point
Africa, plus 1 for having this one.
Plus more access, because it gave me the guide.
It did.
So 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to refill this. All right, back to you.
Very good.
Thank you. Oh, and we also get a new theory. I could have top decked it, but
That's true.
there was no guarantee.
Yeah,
That one was already pretty good.
Yeah, you got 4 out of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm seeing an opportunity for myself to get a theory.
Okay.
By this being here or this one right here, I can get a theory by overbuilding on one of these.
Okay.
I think I will probably take this one just because it's
The flying dragon.
Yeah, flying dragon. So it's going to go on top of this red right here.
Uh-huh.
It's going to get me another multiplier, so it's only really going to get me 1 more point. But because I overbuilt, I will take the one chapter 11 that you were mentioning. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
And that's exactly what I want.
points.
So it's worth
Very
4
good.
points.
Also, I cut you off when you were taking that. What was your reasoning for taking that one?
Instead of taking this yellow one and covering up 1 point,
Yeah.
I'd rather take this one and get 1 point. So
yes.
I net 5 points total, 4 plus the 1 times 1 right here. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. Okay. So then that's going to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And let's just do for nice balance because there's only 1 tile left here. Let's just flip that one up.
All right. And
There we
here is the other theory. 1 point for each. Is it reptile? Yes.
It's looking good for me.
Oh no. Well, for my penultimate turn, I am going to
Okay.
spend a guide token
Where goes you?
to move the beagle forward by 1.
Okay.
So that I can take this tile, the green sea turtle. Hello. Because I get a compass. So that is a
What's your
4-point
multiplier right
move.
now? You have a 4x multiplier on
No,
compasses?
3.
I think you have 4. I think.
Oh, yes,
1,
yes.
2, 3,
4.
4, yeah.
Yeah, 4 of the maps times 3 compasses. So that was, because there's 4 of them, so it was
Yeah.
technically 4 points. So 1, 2, 3. All right.
Yep.
All right. Naveen, back to you.
All right, I think I'm going to take this one right here. This one just gets me 3 points.
Okay.
So it's worth 3 points. It's some sort of funnel web spider. It's worth 3. I'm going to go ahead and plop that down right
Cute.
over there. It's 1 space away. And then
Where are you
let's
gonna-
just go ahead and take from here. Why not?
All right.
There you go.
For my final tile.
Final one.
Oh my goodness, I don't have any more guide tokens, so I am
No.
stuck with these 3 options, which is not bad
No,
because
they're really good.
I can close off and get a publication. Plus, this is 4 points. This is 9 points right here. I don't get another theory, but I guess who cares, right? If that's what you get, let's do it.
Yep.
So, alligator snapping turtle. There we go.
Very good.
I complete a row, so I'm going to get another publication. Let's get the monkey. Has nothing to do with what I completed there.
Solid.
And so that ends my game technically. Let's
Yep.
go ahead and move this 1, 2. Oh wow! I did not consider. Okay, you don't have any more guys. I just realized
I don't.
that I didn't consider the. Oh, you have the token.
I have the token.
Ah.
And I took the last one knowing that you're probably going to take that
You
one.
baited me.
Because this one
Ugh.
slips right into here, which is perfect.
Why
So
aren't
I'm going to
you-
get a token
Ugh.
out of it, which
Aren't you
is kind of
clever?
useless, but I do get a publication, which is going to go right there.
Very good.
So I actually had a couple of options by doing this move. If I took this one and did an overbuild right here, I would lose a point, but then be able to take this one for 4 points. So I would only net 3 versus just getting this straight up for 5 points. So that's why I went with that.
Very good.
All right, so then we just refill. It doesn't really matter because the game is ended.
Yes.
Look at that,
triggers
the lion.
The lion at the very end there. That triggers the end of the game, technically, when you place the last tile on the board. But either way, that's it. It's over. Are you ready to go into final scoring?
That's it.
All right. It comes with a score pad, so. All right, so starting with the visible victory points. Since I went first, shall I go
Yeah,
first?
go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so I have 2, 4, 6, and I think that's it.
6. Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Okay, how about you?
Okay, so we have 3, 4, 7, 8, 11,
Oh my gosh.
14,
Wow.
plus another 4, so 18.
What? What? Let's count mine again. 2, 4, 6. Oh no. And again, this
18
is
to
only
6.
on visible tiles.
Visible tiles,
so if
yeah.
I had any points underneath, we wouldn't score them, which means don't cover up your victory points unless it's going to
Yeah.
net you more. Okay, so now let's do the maps.
Okay.
And they're charts, actually.
Charts.
These are chart symbols. So it's going to be number of chart symbols multiplied by compasses.
Yeah,
I have
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3 is 15.
Well, there you go. We're going to have a swing. So,
Are we?
Yeah, because I only have 1 compass.
Okay.
And then 1, 2, 3. So 3 times 1.
Ah.
3. So there you go.
3.
It ebbed and flowed.
Yeah, that was a. I think we might be even right now. Or I
Maybe.
think we're tied. Next up, we have the publications. So I think we both have 2.
I have 3.
Oh,
5,
you have
10,
3.
15. Yeah, remember that last move? That was a big
I forgot.
big
That was
move.
so long ago.
15.
So 15 points for you.
Yes.
Then we have our theories. So I have chapters 13, which is 1 point per theory, which is 2 points, and chapter 6. So 1 point per Africa tile. So I have 3, so 5 total. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think I maxed out on this. Chapter 5 is have 1 point for every Americas. I have 4.
Okay.
That's the max you can get there. And chapter 11 is be in this bottom quadrant over here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So for
8?
a total of 8.
Oh no!
Spreading
the
it.
writings in the sand.
I think the last one,
yes.
The next one is who is in possession of Mr. Darwin?
The victor himself
2 points.
For 2 points. And the final scores are me with 36 to Naveen with 46. Good job.
Thank you.
You are the winning naturalist.
Naturalist, yes.
You've been promoted.
He's taken me under his wing. I'm no longer junior.
You're just naturalist.
Just naturalist. That's the next level tier. Yeah.
You deserved it.
There you go. That was it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is the footsteps in the footsteps of Darwin.
Footsteps
we always
of
get
Darwin.
the name of this game incorrect.
There's a handful of Darwin games that came out over the past 3 years.
Right. And this is in the footsteps of Darwin. Very different from the others.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it, shall we?
Yep.
Okay, this is a very quick game, as you can see. I think I even said that like a few times throughout the video because it's like a 20 to 30 minute game. When you play at 2 players the way that we did, it's even faster. It's very fast. It feels very fast. It kind of sneaks up on you. That's how fast it is. It feels very casual because it is. You know, there's a lot of space on your notebook. You can do a lot of things. It kind of matters, but also doesn't really matter what tile you take. So you're really kind of like min-maxing, trying to, what is the best bang for your buck every time you take a tile?
Like there's a lot of different scoring parameters to consider, but ultimately you definitely want to try to get those columns and rows to complete, to just get 5 points by doing other things that you're already going to be doing in the game. So,
right.
I found that last time I really tried to focus on the compasses, but this time I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to get those rows and columns. So there's a couple different things because, the scoring parameters are pretty straightforward in this game. Very, very light, but the decision making when it comes to your turn, it's if you don't have one of those guides that can help you kind of move the beagle, it's like, well, pick one of 3. There is a downstream consequence because now you have to account for where the beagle's going to be moving.
Right. It's interesting because it's very, very light. It's very fast. But at the same time, it has a few things that you have to consider on your turn, but it still feels casual to play it. Like you can have several scoring parameters that are just your own, like when to take theories or, there's a lot of different things that you're considering when making a decision. But again, it still feels casual as opposed to a game like Calico, where it's also very light. You're placing tiles, but that does not feel casual.
That one feels like stress.
Yeah, stress. It's not like that with this game.
You don't feel stress with this one.
Even in higher player counts, you don't really feel the stress. I will say though that we've played this game at 2 and 3. And I definitely prefer playing the game with more players.
Definitely with the 3-player count. The way the beagle moves around, I think it was definitely more interesting because you're competing over the same set of 9 tiles out there amongst a little bit more players. So like just waiting around that extra turn for it's like you're eyeing a tile and it's just not going to line up just perfect for you. That feels so much more satisfying in a 3-player game compared to a 2-player game.
And I mean, we played this specific playthrough of this game fairly casual. So if we played a little bit more seriously or more aggressive, then we could have been a little bit more tactical, I guess, with it. But when I was taking my turns, I was not considering where the beagle was going to end up after taking, which is something that you really want to do.
I definitely did think about it towards the end there. I was like, well, I'm going to take this tile because I know it's going to move. You don't have anything to mitigate where the beagle is, so you're probably going to take the thing that looks the best to you, meaning now the beagle is going to move into my ideal spot.
Right.
So I did think about that towards the end there, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like, it's a very light game in the sense that it's like, you just kind of want to see the journey as to who's going to end up with the most points at the end. And there's no hard feelings when somebody takes your tile.
There's no hard feelings. It feels lighter than the mechanics, I guess, make them out to be. We also didn't take too many theories. That does enhance your score quite a bit, and that can affect your score. There's still luck to it because, you're only taking tiles from the stacks that you created during setup,
Right.
which is randomly drawn from the entire deck.
Yeah, these are the tiles that were not in the game.
Right.
So these are just encompassing of more of the ones that you saw during the gameplay.
Yeah.
So we don't even know what are in here. You just shuffle them all up and then divide out 12 per player.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't know which colors, what combinations of animals and all that are actually going to come out and be available.
Right.
So I don't know. Whenever I play this game, I'm very focused on filling my journal. And I think that's a bit of a pitfall because you really just want to earn the most bang for your buck turns because you're going to have 12 turns no matter what, So you want to score the most amount of points each turn as you can. And for me, I just really want to make publications and just complete rows and columns and do that. But that's pretty much it in terms of strategy and depth of the game. It doesn't go much deeper than that, but I also think that it was designed literally for this experience.
Yeah, 20, 30-minute game, light. You still have some decision making every single time that you're basically up. And then there's different ways and paths to victory technically, because I think last time you won last time.
I did, yeah.
And I think you went really heavy on the publications last time. Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's what my brain kind of defaults
Wanted to do this time, yeah.
Right. The game, by the way, we haven't mentioned so far, is beautiful.
Looks good, yeah.
The artwork on everything, the component quality is really, really excellent. But like I said, it is this specific experience. It's meant as a very fast, kind of light playing game.
Yeah, I will say the insert also holds everything nice and snug. So all these tiles, it was actually really easy to set it up, even though sometimes whenever I see a game that has a ton of tiles like this, things are kind of sloshing around. It's like perfectly just situated in there where it's easy to put away and easy to get back out and shuffle them up and play.
And by the way, the game comes with a lot of these theory tiles. So the replayability is there if you enjoy this type of gameplay. And for people who are, deep into the hobby, or even if you're not, you might be very familiar with this sort of gaming experience, right? It's a 30-minute game that you bring to game night that everybody enjoys playing in a casual sense that you can introduce to pretty much anyone, right?
Yep, totally.
And
I
so-
can see my dad liking something like this. He's a scientist, and so a theme like this would definitely be something that I'm willing to, or not willing to, but I would like to play with him the next time we get together. Well, anyway, that is In the Footsteps of Darwin. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. And thank you all so much for watching the video. If you'd like to see more like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.